today I'm going to do what I do best, talk about coffee, and I'm going to talk about the Keurig B30 single cup coffee maker. This is essentially the most entry level of Keurig machines. It's very, very basic, doesn't have many bells and whistles, but this is a really cool machine to have in your office. Maybe you have a cabin or something like that, and this is also great for traveling with because it's very small, it's very light, and it's really easy to use. So let's talk about some of the features on this machine and make a little coffee. So first off, one of the things that I should mention about this machine, it doesn't have a continuous water reservoir. It doesn't have a reservoir like what we're used to with some of the other single cup coffee machines, in which we have a reservoir that we fill up and we keep filled up all the time and it keeps water hot inside of the machine. Rather, what the B30 has, and I'll bring the machine up like this so that you can see it, the B30 has 3 cup sizes which you can choose from, and you choose your cup size based simply on pouring water into the top of the unit. So you see here I've got a 6, an 8, and a 10 ounce cup size that I can do. And all I need to do is pour water in to fill up to the edge of whichever of these indicators I want to use. So you'll want to get to know, as with any of these single cup machines, you want to get to know the strength of your cup that you like, how you like your beverage to brew, things like that, as you're getting to know brewing with a machine like the B30. So that is probably the main feature of this machine that makes it very easy to carry around. No water reservoir, so it's easy to just pick up this machine and go, throw it in a bag, something like that. It has, of course, the 2-needle technology inside the brew basket, which we are accustomed to with the Keurig machines, punctures the K-cup from either side and gets it ready to brew. And we've got the big silver brew button, of course. This is what we're going to use for brewing. We don't choose a cup size or anything like that. Again, we've done that by pouring water into the top of the machine. We've got this little indicator right here. This has a small light which will glow and tell you when you need to add water or when the machine has water in it and is ready to brew. And then of course you've got the power button. We have a removable tray. This tray is a little different from some of the other trays that we're used to because it has a larger drip tray, and that's because it'll catch extra water that might come down and it'll hold it here in the tray reservoir, and this way you know that the tray's filling up. And you can see right here we've got this little floater, and when this floater comes up it'll stick out just a little bit. That way you know that this tray's filled up and it's time to empty it out. And of course you can take that tray out if you want to do an iced beverage or use a bit of a larger cup size. So again, not a whole lot of bells and whistles on this machine, but very useful for dorms, offices, things like that. So let's go ahead and make a cup of coffee. I've got about 10 ounces or so of water right here, and all I need to do is pour that into the top of the machine. Now, what I like to do is, let's say that you want to be able to have coffee ready to brew in the morning. So the night before, it's a good idea to just take your water and pour it into the machine. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour this. And I'm going to fill up until I see that I've just about come up to the edge of 10 ounces right there. You'll hear a little bit of water going into the machine, but the water is not going to go into the machine until I open up the brew basket. So again, as I say, pour your water in and just have it ready to go, and you'll be good to go in the morning or any other time that you need coffee. So actually, let me go and open this up so that you guys can see what happens here. The next thing I'm going to do, of course, choose a K-cup. Let's go ahead and use this Green Mountain Breakfast Blend K-cup, vacuum sealed, ready to go. This is a great blend by Green Mountain. And now you're going to see when I open up the brew basket, the water is going to pour into the machine. So we can hear it as it pours down and into the heating element of the machine. Now we're going to go ahead and close up our brew basket, and we're going to power our machine on. It's another thing that I should mention about this machine. You need to power it on in order for it to be ready to go. So even in this case, if you power it on, you may see that the brew button doesn't light up. And to remedy that, just open up the brew basket and close it up again. Now you're going to see that the brew button has this glowing ring around it of blue. That means it's ready to brew. So you see, even in this case, my bigger mug doesn't fit. So I need to take out my tray, and I've already got a little bit of water in there, just a little overflow, that's okay. Now I can put my larger cup in there. So that's something to keep in mind. You're probably going to take that tray out off and on, because if you need a bigger cup, it's just not going to fit with the tray in. So we're ready to brew. So let's go ahead and press the brew button. Now, one thing I should also mention about this machine is you can see the brew button is glowing red right now. It was glowing blue originally, which let me know that it was ready to brew. However, that essentially just meant that I had poured water into it and various things like that. Now it's glowing red. So right now the heating element is actually heating up inside of the machine and getting the water ready to go. So this isn't as set and forget as some of the other Keurig machines. You know, most of these machines are fairly instantaneous. You pour you don't even need to pour any water, and you have a water reservoir, and that water is hot and it's ready to brew. This machine does not do that. So we have to wait a little bit for it to brew. So put your water in, put your K-cup in, hit the brew button, then maybe, you know, take off, brush your teeth, something like that. Get yourself ready for the morning. And when you come back, this machine should be brewing coffee. It takes about a minute to heat up on average. About the wide range of single cup coffee makers that are available to you in the world of single cup coffee brewing, there are many, many options, and we will help to demystify. Now the machine's brewing, and it's very fast. Once it begins brewing, again, as with all these Keurig machines, quick and easy to brew. So not a whole lot of time spent right here. Your only big difference is having to pour your water in and choose your cup size based on that. But once the machine's ready to go, it's ready to go. And that's something that I love about these machines. I talk about this a lot. I really love coffee, but like so many folks, I'm just extremely busy. I'm always going, and I want to get on the road, or I need to get to work, something like that. And I can do that real fast using single cup coffee makers like the B30. So the machine is done, and now on our little indicator screen or indicator section right here of the B30, you see that we have a glowing blue light. That's telling us we need to add some more water if we want to continue brewing. So if we want to brew another cup, we're going to have to open this guy up, pour in some more water, and be ready to go. In my case, I've got my cup and I'm ready to go get on the road or get to work. Clean up, as always, very easy. Open up your brew basket, take out your spent K-cup, and dispose of it. And you can see, again, because even though I've opened up the brew basket, I don't have a brew ready light right here. I'm still being told I need to add some water to the unit. So you would need to do that if you wanted to brew another cup. In my case, I'm going to put my drip tray back in. I've got my cup, I'm ready to go. I hope you guys found this useful. Again, the B30, great entry-level machine if you're just looking again to the world of single cup brewing, or if you've got an office or cabin or dorm room, anything like that, where you'd like to have the ease and accessibility of single cup coffee brewing. Thank you guys.